Hello all, welcome back to Serenity Shed and a Source of Imagination. And today I'm going to be talking about the Irish fairies. Yes, the Irish fairies. Top of the morning to you. Being half Irish myself, I love the stories. I used to read a lot of stories on Irish folklore, but I want to share some of it with you today. And I'm going to start with, well, the most well-known is the Tuatha De Danann. Now, these were the people of the goddess Danu. Now, I will tell you the story of them. Now, long, long ago, a mighty people came to Ireland, and they were called the Tuatha De Danann, a divine race who brought with them great knowledge, craftsmanship, and magic. It was told by some that they arrived at island shores in ships cloaked in mysterious mists. Others say that they came on clouds of magic descending upon the hills of Ireland. They were highly skilled in all the arts, healing, warfare, sorcery, poetry, and wisdom, and they brought with them 4 great treasures. The first treasure was the sword of Nuada, which when drawn, no enemy could escape it. The second treasure they brought with them was the stone of Val, which would cry out if a true king stood upon it. The third treasure was the cauldron of the Dagda, which was never empty of food and could satisfy any hunger. And lastly, they brought with them the spear of Lu, which always struck its target once thrown. Now, the Tuatha De Danann fought many battles for Ireland, as Ireland was already inhabited by the Fir Bog. Later, they faced another battle with the Fomorians, a race of dark beings of the sea, which were said to be monstrous in appearance. In the second battle, King Nuada lost his arm, and thus his kingship. The young Lu of the long arm rose up to lead them, and with Lu's skills on the battlefield, Lu turned the tide of the battle, and the Tuatha De Danann defeated the Fomorians. There was many years of peace, but later on, many years later, the Milesians, ancestors of the Gauls, the mortal humans of Ireland arrived. The Tuatha met them in battle. However, the Milesians were destined to inherit the land of Ireland. The Tuatha chose to hide then instead of leaving Ireland. The Tuatha retreated into the city, the hollow hills and mounds of Ireland, and they became the Ayasi, the fairy folk, hidden from the eyes of mortals, quiet and powerful. And to this day, fairy mounds and ring forts of Ireland are said to be their dwellings, guardians of hidden knowledge, reminding mortals that the old magic of Ireland is never far away. I hope you enjoyed that tale of the Tuatha De Danann. Now, also in Ireland, there is another famous fairy called the Banshee. Yes, the Banshee. And her name again means fairy woman. A figure of a woman with long flowing white or silver or even red hair, wearing a green dress and a grey hooded cloak or a white shroud. Some tales mention her brushing her long hair with her special comb. If someone stole her comb, she would pursue them, wailing until the comb was returned, but the comb had to be handed back indirectly. Her wailing or shriek is known as keening. In some tales, she is seen as a beautiful young woman, and in others, an old withered hag. She is best known for her wailing cry, which sounds mournful, and was heard in the night for warning of death. It is said she does not cause death, yet she is a messenger who is mourning it before it happens, a messenger from the other world to the mortal world. She is connected to the Tuatha De Danann and also some Irish families with the names that have O or Mac in their names. Families of pure descent, she is both feared and respected. And finally, I'm also going to talk about another very famous fairy. And that is that of the leprechauns, the little leprechauns with their crock of gold. Now, the word meaning small-bodied one is leprechaun, and they're also part of the Tuatha De Danann. They are more solitary craftsmen and tricksters, and they were thought to be the shoemakers of the fairies. And some even say you can sometimes hear the tapping away in the Irish hills of the mending the shoes. Small bearded men dressed in traditional red but now green. Cunning and quick, they are rarely caught, and if they are caught, they are willing to say or do anything to escape. They are famous for guarding their crock of gold and will trick you out of finding it if you dare try. And this is a little thing about the 3 wishes related to leprechauns. Sometimes if a person was able to catch a leprechaun, they could force it to grant them 3 wishes. But wishes in folklore are always dangerous. In one story, a man wishes for riches, but ends up far worse off because of greed and poor choices. The moral of this being is be careful what you wish for, especially when dealing with leprechauns. And I shall also tell you about their pot of gold. A tale says that each leprechaun hides a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. And if you catch one, he must tell you where his treasure is. But leprechauns are clever tricksters. The moment that you look away for a second, he will vanish and the gold will be lost forever. So I hope you liked that folklore and a few tales on the Irish fairies. And please like and subscribe to my channel. It is free and it just notifies you if you subscribe to when I upload videos. And thank you for listening and watching, and please leave comments. I would like some comments, to be lovely. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.